When women decide to step back and step out of cycles, these men are forced to actually face the things that they have been avoiding, the pain, the childhood traumas that they have been avoiding for years. I was listening to a man that was teaching women about the trauma that their husbands are carrying and all of that stuff, and it's great. It's great information. It's good for women to have like a basic understanding of the things that the men could and are facing. But the problem is, I think that there is so much information on the trauma that men are carrying, and as women we have a natural tendency, not all women, we have a natural tendency to feel compassion and to want to help, to want to go into rescue mode, to try to save them from the pain and the suffering that they actually have to face themselves. And rather than us consuming all this content, I believe there should be more content that actually teaches women how to protect themselves from broken men. Men that have not yet decided to deal with the generational or childhood traumas that they're carrying. Whatever they don't heal, whether that is abuse, sexual abuse, physical abuse, emotional abuse, neglect, abandonment, all of that stuff, whatever is not dealt with prior to the relationship, prior to the marriage, you as a woman will have to indirectly or directly be impacted by the unhealed parts of your husband or your boyfriend. So instead of consuming all this content that teaches you on how to understand a man and what they're going through and the psychological traumas that they've gone through and the spiritual traumas that they're going through, find help that allows you to step away from these cycles, that allows you to break away from these cycles. Because unfortunately, these men are only attracted to you because there is something in you that's also broken. You are only allowing or entertaining men of that nature because you yourself have things that you need to deal with. And until you step back and take accountability, until we step back as women and take accountability for the role that we play in these relationship dynamics, there will always be men who have a tendency of avoiding the traumas, the pains and the wounds that they dealt with as children, and they will carry that on all throughout marriage until you decide to actually step back, until you decide to actually heal yourself. The only way for you as a woman to protect yourself from these cycles is when you actually decide and choose to heal. Because when you heal, you're able to see clearer. You're not going to entertain these cycles. When you play no part in these cycles, then the men are forced to actually face their demons. When men have lost access to the very thing that has given them stability, different aspects of their life, stability in finances, stability in the home, stability in the caretaking and the maintenance of the kids, when you learn to heal your own wounds, the abandonment, the rejection, the daddy issues, all of that stuff, because then the men are forced to actually face their demons. So instead of continuing to consuming content or information about your husband or boyfriend and how they've been abused as a child, whilst that's all great on the grand scheme of things, you need to get out of those cycles. You need to break away from that cycle, and the only way you're going to break away from that cycle is when you decide to go deep and start to heal the very reason why you are in that place to begin with.